Welcome to HUSSIO.CHANNEL. In this video, we're diving headfirst into the supernatural as we explore 3 haunted houses that will leave you absolutely gobsmacked. From mysterious apparitions to unexplained phenomena, get ready to have your mind blown.
In 1974, the Lutz family moved into a nice old house in Amityville, New York. There were 5 of them: George, Kathy, and their 3 kids. They didn't know that something really bad had happened in that house the year before. A guy named Ronald DeFeo Jr. killed his parents and 4 brothers and sisters while they were sleeping in their beds. After they moved in, the Lutz family's life got really scary. Weird sounds happened in their house all the time, and it smelled bad, like something was rotting. Even when it was warm outside, they felt super cold in some parts of the house. But the scariest part of what they went through was having a really mean and evil ghost around. George Lutz claimed that he was physically attacked by this sinister force, resulting in scratches and welts on his body. Their children weren't spared either, as they experienced their own disturbing encounters. The Amityville horror story got even scarier when creepy handprints showed up on the walls, and slimy, dark green stuff came out from different places in the house. The Lutz family felt really scared and couldn't understand why all these strange things were happening. After going through all these scary things for only 28 days, the Lutz family ran away from their house, leaving their stuff behind. They asked ghost hunters, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were famous for this kind of thing, to come and see what was happening. The Warrens checked everything carefully and said that really mean ghosts were in the house. The Lutz family's scary story became a really popular book called The Amityville Horror by Jay Anson. Lots of people all over the world loved reading it. It also inspired some famous scary movies. Some people don't believe the story, though, and think it might not be true. But the Amityville Horror House is still a big topic of discussion and interest when it comes to ghosts and strange things. This spooky story still scares and interests people who want to know more about its creepy history.
Talk to me.
In 2011, a lady named Latoya Ammons and her family moved into a normal-looking house. But something very spooky happened to them there. Strange and scary things started happening shortly after they moved in. The family said they saw dark, shadowy shapes and weird ghosts in the rooms. These things were really scary and hard to explain. But the scariest part was that some of the kids said they floated above their beds like magic, like they were breaking the rules of how things usually work. Latoya Ammons and her kids acted like they were taken over by something bad. They talked in weird voices and became really strong and mean, which scared their family and others. What's even scarier is that the family had health problems they couldn't explain. They had seizures, threw up strange stuff, and sometimes passed out for no reason. The scary stuff didn't end. Even in the winter, the house had way too many flies, which is really strange and scary. The Ammons family was so scared that they asked religious people and the police for help. Surprisingly, some police officers said they saw weird things in the house too, making it even more mysterious. The spooky stuff caught the attention of ghost hunters like Zach Bagans. They talked to the Ammons family, did special ceremonies to get rid of bad spirits, and wrote down what they saw when they visited the Ammons house. The Ammons house story in Gary, Indiana, got a lot of attention from the media and was on TV shows about ghosts. Some people didn't believe it, but many found it really creepy and couldn't explain it. For about 50 years, this house was a peaceful home without any ghostly things happening. It was built in 1876 and was a calm place. But in 1927, a chaplain named Nils Hedlund moved in, and strange things started happening. While Nils did his everyday stuff, he saw things that didn't make sense. His clothes got pulled off the line by something he couldn't see, he heard footsteps when no one was around, and he felt a spooky presence with him in the house. Nils had a strong connection to the Vicarage because his mom, Martha, died tragically there in 1908. People said her spirit stayed there, becoming one of the spooky ghosts in the house. Then, in 1930, another priest named Rudolf Tangden moved in. One night, he saw a ghostly lady in gray slowly coming toward him in a room. She disappeared into thin air, which confused and surprised him. In 1936, Otto Lindgren and his wife moved into the vicarage. They had strange experiences too, like the front door opening by itself, hearing heavy footsteps in the kitchen, and creepy music that they couldn't explain. In 1941, a visitor named Inga Floden had a really scary experience. One night, she woke up and saw 3 old women sitting on an invisible couch, wearing black, purple, and gray clothes. It made Inga wonder if what she saw was real. Then, in 1945, Chaplain Eric Lindgren moved into the vicarage and saw strange things. He heard weird noises, saw lights flickering, and even had fights with things he couldn't see. There was also a rocking chair that seemed to move by itself. These stories were a secret, and only a few people knew about them for years. But in 1947, a journalist found out about the rumors of the vicarage being haunted. Eric Lindgren talking about the spooky stuff that made the Borgvattnet vicarage famous. There were stories about a bishop wanting to investigate the spooky happenings, but it's not clear if that ever happened or not. Nowadays, the Borgvattnet vicarage is not just a house, but also a place where you can sleep, eat, and drink. Many visitors say they hear scary sounds, knocks at night, and see ghostly images in mirrors. Some people feel like they're being watched in a creepy way. There's even a story about a couple who got so scared by something they couldn't see that they ran outside to sleep in a tent. So, if you're brave enough to spend a night in this haunted place, they'll give you a certificate to prove how brave you are for facing the mysteries that make the Borgvattnet Vicarage the scariest house in Sweden. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our new videos. We'd really like to know what you think, so feel free to leave your comments below. And if you thought this video was interesting, why not share it with your friends? Don't forget to check out our channel for more videos.